We are going to find the sum of the interior angles of any polygon. And to start this procedure, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a triangle. It can be any triangle. And I'm going to take this triangle and I'm going to tear off the corner pieces of the triangle. If I were to take those pieces away and place them together, those pieces of a triangle would form a straight line. This forms a straight line, or it forms, if we used a protractor, we have 180 degrees. So what we can show here is that the angle sum in a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. So we're going to make a table, and I'm going to make a table that says the number of sides in the polygon. And our second column here will be the sum of the interior angles. And what we just showed here is that in a triangle has 3 sides. My angles total 180. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to say that basically 180 is the same thing as 1 times 180. Now, if I do the same thing with a 4-sided figure, what I'm going to do with that 4-sided figure is I'm going to divide this 4-sided figure into the biggest amount of triangles that I can, using one corner as my starting point. For example, if I do that and I draw all my diagonals in, I cannot draw a diagonal up the left side. I cannot draw it across the bottom. I need to draw it straight across. And each angle of the triangles, the totals of the triangles, is 180 apiece. So in a 4-sided figure, I have 2 triangles, and each one is 180 degrees. So I get a total of 360 degrees for a 4-sided figure. If I do the same thing then with a 5-sided figure, a pentagon, I start at one corner and I draw all the diagonals that I can from that one corner. I now have 3 triangles that are each 180 degrees. So in a 5-sided figure, I have 3 times 180, which is 540 degrees. Now what we're going to do is we're going to try to figure out how this is happening. If you look at the column that says the number of sides, and you look at this column right here, the 1, 2, and 3, the 3 sides gives you 1 triangle. 4 sides gave you 2 triangles, and 5 sides gave me 3 triangles. So in each case, this number in the interior angle sum is always 2 less than the number of sides. So what we're going to do here is we're going to try n. If I have n sides, what I would have here would be n minus 2 for the number of triangles, because the number of triangles is always 2 less than the number of sides. So to find my angle, whatever my angle is, I take n minus 2 times 180, with n being the number of sides. So for example, if we continue on this table and I have a 6-sided figure, if I do the same thing, I draw out my triangles, I end up with 4 triangles that are each 180. So let's plug this into our formula. If I have 6 sides, I now have 6 minus 2 times 180, which will be equal to my number here. And if I solve this, I have 4 times 180, which gives me 720 degrees for a 6-sided figure. So my final answer is, if I want to find the sum of any interior angles in any polygon, the sum of the interior angles is equal to the number of sides n minus 2, that quantity, times 180 degrees.